Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good week. Getting ready for the weekend. It's Friday, January the 17th. I've not got to come on and do much crochet related things this week, but I hope you enjoyed the video that I posted earlier with my daughter and her cheer team cheerleading at a ball game. She's a senior and I want to be able to enjoy as much of her last year as I can. She'll be graduating soon. So I have been working behind the scenes, just relaxing with my crochet, as I'm sure you all do, this week, and got some things finished. First, what I'm wearing. Super excited about making some clothes. I've been crocheting only about 3 years. Mostly done blankets. So I've tried to branch out this fall and do some other things. And this is a tutorial that I watched by Littlejohn. Let me see. It's Littlejohn's yarn, and she did the granny square, and she has a really good tutorial out there if you're interested. Check her out. I've been working on my 2020 challenge, and of course, I don't know about you, but the kids are just like, Mom, I want this. Mom, make me this. Please do this. So I've been working on some other things like that. I also made some oven mitts from a pattern I found on YouTube this winter, and gave those away at Christmas, and was in Hobby Lobby not too long ago to get some extra yarn for this afghan that my daughter wanted, and the clerk that checked me out asked me to see some pictures of some of my crochet. So I was showing her some pictures, and I showed her the oven mitts, and she's asked me to make her two to sell to her. So I've worked on that, as well as my sister didn't come in for Christmas and I wanted to do one for her. So I'm going to show you a few works I've got in progress that are almost done. Hallelujah. A couple more that I wanted to ask you about, and then I want to show you my finished afghan that I made my daughter, and I told her it was finished today and she's tickled pink. She's going to use it on those bus trips to cover up and keep herself from getting too cold in this winter weather on their bus trips to the ball games. So, first up, I did go out with my husband tonight to eat, and I wanted to show you, I was very excited about this, and I started another set, but I made myself some gloves. Turned out really nice. You don't have to worry about what's right or left because you can put them on. You can't see the stitch definition too well because this is Karen latte cakes. Some yarn I had left over in my stash from making a poncho, and it's almost all single crochet, but I did do front posts only to make the cuffs. You just don't see them really well. The next thing I have is this is yarn from Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. It is 100 grams, 180 yards, and it's 4-weight. Love it. Soft, really soft yarn, really good to make those projects like the oven mitts and dishcloths and those kinds of things. So I've got everything I need. This is pieces of my scarf that'll go on each one of the mitts themselves. Let me put this down and show you. You've got a long piece. This is the scarf, and this is the body of the mitt that'll fold up. It recommends that you put cotton batting in it to keep it well. So to finish it up, you need to take that short piece and that long piece, put the cotton batting in there, and then bring this long piece and fold it over like that. And then you can take your end and make you a hook to have it with. And then scarf ends and 3 black buttons, and that'll finish it up. So that's one. And then I've got, my sister is a massive UT fan, University of Tennessee, which is also known as Tennessee Now. This is for her and her husband. And the last one that I made to sell is in the green color. And the green and the red are the ones that the lady at Joann's asked me to make for her. So I'm hoping I can get those finished up and get them over to her this week. Next, I'm going to talk to you. This in this project bag is my 2020 challenge. I'm excited to be able to finish it. This is all I've got left of the yarn. You can see not too much. And this is Magic Glitz from Ice Yarn. And it's a 100-gram ball and 360 meters. And I made I'll show you more about that, show you more about that on Monday and tell you more about that. But this has got that lurex in it. And so I have a question to ask you all in just a second. Next is a blanket that I'm making my 19-year-old because she wanted another blanket. She picked out the yarn. This is just a simple V-stitch blanket. It's almost done. I've got the rest of one cake to finish. It is, like I said, just a simple V-stitch throw blanket for her. And I've got some fur yarn to put on it around the border, something she picked out. But it's done in this Mandela Sparkle. This is the last cake I've got to put in it. It's all I've got left. And this is a light 3 weight. And it is 328 yards or 100 grams. Now it's made, the color weight on this is Nova, but this yarn is a line brand yarn. And it's 94% acrylic, 6% polyester. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle in that yarn or not, if it catches the light, but it does have some sparkle. And as I was working on this and the 2020 project, my hands got really dry and irritated. I don't know if you can see my fingers well, the cracks in my fingers from where I was crocheting, but I had to take a break on that kind of yarn. So my question to you all is, have you all worked with the yarns like this that's got the sparkle or the lurex in it? And if so, has it bothered your hands? And if it did, what did you do for it? I've even tried to crochet with gloves on to try to finish those projects, and still my hands get so dry, so I can only work on it for so long at a time. I would appreciate any of your comments you want to put down below, any suggestions to help. I would love that. And while we're talking about that, if you appreciate my talks or if anything that I say helps you out in any way or you enjoy it, please subscribe and hit the like button. And let's help each other grow as a community. I appreciate that. Last thing, my finally finished blanket. And there's a story behind this. My daughter, again my 19-year-old, wasn't 19 at the time, but a few years ago, when I first started getting into yarn, picked out some of that Bernat blanket yarn because she wanted a teal and gray blanket. Well, I didn't get to work on it because they had other orders in front of that. They wanted a Tennessee blanket, a Virginia Tech blanket. My dad wanted a blanket. I think in the last 2 years I've been crocheting, I've done about 30 blankets, give or take. So I've had lots of people that want blankets, and made this past fall, my grandmother turned 100 in November, and I made her a shawl out of a cotton cake. So I've been doing a few other things. Anyways, this yarn got set to the side after she picked it out. But my son, who's 21, hasn't had a blanket out of all this time, and so he asked me for a blanket for Christmas. And I let him go through my stash and see which kind of yarns he wanted. I just wanted to use up some of my stash. He found that Bernat blanket yarn. And I thought, well, it's soft, it'll feel good, it's nice. I made him a blanket out of the teal and dark gray and white and black. And the chevron stripe pattern that Jayda In Stitches has on tutorial. And my baby, my 17-year-old, loved it so well that she threatened to steal it. And she's begged me and begged me and begged me to make her a blanket out of that same yarn. Now, I don't know about you. I'm pretty particular, I guess, about my yarn. I didn't think I was a yarn snob, but I guess I have been. That blanket yarn is a booger to work with. And my hands, maybe they're small, maybe, I don't know, but just trying to hold it, and as it gets bigger and bigger and heavier, and that blanket yarn is so heavy. It's so hard to hold and work with. that I said when I finished his blanket I'd not make another. But she begged and begged and begged and begged me till I give in. So I decided to make her one, and she picked out colors for her blanket. Just as a side note in there, as I was making her blanket, she was like, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. And then she was like, can I post pictures on the Facebook and tell everybody you'll charge them $100 to make this blanket? I said, if you do that, I'll kill you, Kylie. I'll just kill you. I don't want another blanket like this. It just cramps my hands, but I'm very impressed with the finished product. So I want you to see my hot off the hook product. Now she wanted it long enough to cover her head when she was on the bus. So here's half of it, and I'm going to try to hold it up. Hopefully this will get in the camera. But it's a very pretty blanket, I think. That chevron stitch, also known as the ripple stitch, that Jayda In Stitches has a tutorial that you can go watch. But I think it turned out really pretty. And no, I am not wanting to make another one of this anytime soon. I found that this yarn gets knotted easy, especially trying to pull from the center. It breaks easy. One of the rolls I had from Joann's came out in like 6 or 7 different pieces where it looks like somebody tried to pull out and broke it and stuffed it back up in there. When you cut it, it ravels apart. It's just a very difficult yarn to work with, in my opinion, but a lot of you probably like it. It does make a gorgeous blanket, nice and thick and heavy. And she's in awe with it. Last thing in this Let's Talk Crochet chat, and I'll let you all go, is I don't know if y'all watched or watch Rose Likes Crochet, but she just put out a video this week about wanting to help the homeless shelters and different places. She's got a specific place that she mentioned in her video she'd like to help, and she'd like to get donations sent to her so she can donate to her local charity. And she's asking for washcloths and I think she said dishcloths. Anyways, if you're not subscribed to Rose, she's awesome. You'd like to be subscribed to her, so go check her out. I'll try to leave a link in my description box. But I've started on a couple of washcloths, and this is my start, using up some of that cotton yarn from the oven mitt to try to do that so that I can send them out to her. I hope that you've enjoyed everything that I've showed you. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And like I said, let's help each other out. Subscribe, like my video, share if you'd like, and please comment what you think about my makes, and help me out with that lurex and how to take care of my hands. Thank you guys. Bye.